65-55. No, that isn't the results of a basketball game. That is the final score of the matchup between Lafayette and Bryan Station. This week we'll have Coach Shaw break down his perspective on the 120-point game. This is Generally Speaking.
Welcome to Lafayette Football, brought to you by Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, Dave Redden Photography, and Fayette County Schoolsports.com. Welcome to some great new sponsors, Everybody's Auto Sales, and NR Incorporated. Thanks for watching, Generally Speaking.
Welcome in to Generally Speaking, as always joined by Coach Shaw to start off our program and talk about this last week's game and what we have going on coming up this week. And so we're going to hop right to it. Coach, 65-55 win over Bryan Station this week. Game thoughts, high score on all sides.
Well, a lot of points.
Yeah.
A lot of touchdowns. As a defensive-minded guy, I'm not too fond of that. Offensively, we came out and played really well. The starting defense came out and gave up 27 points. Came out with a great game plan to attack us, so we had to make some adjustments, and once we finally did that, we kind of settled in.
You said last week after the win over Henry Clay that your team, as far as offense and defense, both played more than 2 quarters. Kind of put together an overall great game. Did you see that this week?
Well, this week was a little different. The plan was to address everyone in the program, including freshmen, not to take anything away from Bryan Station. I wanted to have those young guys have a chance to play. So starters were pulled probably mid and late third quarter, and a lot of the JV guys and freshmen played.
And that's what, as you said, not taking away anything from Bryan Station, who really, for having a record now of 3-4, they're a pretty good 3-4 team.
Very good young team, very talented young team. They're going to give teams fits as they go along in the season.
Yeah, and a lot of their points, though, did come late after you pulled your starters. One thing, though, Jalen Burbage for Bryan Station, 8 touchdowns in the game. Were you all having trouble, I guess, stopping him?
I've known Jalen for a very, very long time. I've known his father just as long, and he has developed into a really good quarterback, and he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And like I said, their game plan and how they wanted to attack the defense, was pretty good.
Okay. One thing in the Henry Clay game, Alex Simpson came out, and all we know at this point is that that's an injury. Can you talk to us a little bit more about his status?
He had a knee issue, and right now minimum time down is about 2 weeks, and then we're going to take it day from there.
Okay. How does that impact your team?
Well, it does. He's a senior. He's a leader. He's been here. He knows what to do. He's a very large individual, also. So it's going to impact us. However, we have some very young talent that we need to continue to develop, and they stepped in and played pretty well.
Who is it that kind of steps into those roles?
You got Tyler Moore, you got David Sims Jr. They kind of shared that role of replacing Alex.
Handling it pretty well.
Did.
All right. You have George Rogers Clark traveling to Clark County this week. Tell us what you know about them.
I haven't had a chance to really look at film yet. I know they're struggling, and but they have a bunch of talent over there, and I expect them to come out and give us give us all they got. It's district play now, so attitudes and temperament change during that time. And as we go further in this, that temperament and focus will change in the playoffs also. So it really means something now for those teams that we play. So I expect them to come and give us the best they got.
3 games left on the regular season. Has it gone pretty fast? I mean, what for someone who's done this for a while, does it seem to be going by pretty quick?
After a couple of years, it's kind of a blur.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I forget what day it is because it all runs together because of the season. So I just know play the game on Friday, we got one in 7 days.
Yeah, and this is something you eat, breathe, sleep. So
this is what I do all day.
Kind of makes sense that it all runs together. As we sit here and we look, like say, as we just mentioned, we have George Rogers Clark coming up this week. Then you're back home for Madison Central.
Correct.
And Tate's Creek.
Correct.
And then your bye week, and then we will go into the playoffs. Are you getting where you want to be as the playoffs, as the end of the season gets here?
We're close.
Okay.
We still have a little ways to go. And prayerfully these next 3 games we can close that gap and be right where I think we need to be to make a run.
Anything in particular that you're really going to focus in on that you want to see your team get better at?
Just continue to focus, period. It is a long season coming off 16 games last year, and here we go again. Just trying to keep that level of focus. This part of the season, the last couple of weeks are really the toughest part of the year. It's that Wednesday every day, and prayerfully the kids know that we're in district play now, so I expect their focus and their attention to detail to rise.
One thing we always talked about early on is coming out, being ready to play. And are you happier with that?
I am, and we still have, some room to grow there.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be intense these next 3 games.
Right.
When we get into the playoffs, it's going to be more intense. So just making sure we prepare for that.
Okay. All right, Coach. Back on the road this week. Wish you luck.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
You're watching Generally Speaking, brought to you by Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, Dave Redden Photography, and Fayette County Schoolsports.com. Welcome to some great new sponsors: Everybody's Auto Sales and NR Incorporated.
Walker slamming. It's just your teammates. All right, time to get to know one of your seniors a little bit better. In with us right now is Dylan McKinney. Dylan, nice to have you.
Nice to have you.
First off, tell me a little bit about your role on the team and kind of what you do.
I'm a defensive tackle. My job is just to rush the quarterback and stop the run.
Do you like doing that?
Yes, ma'am.
So far, kind of as we've said in every senior we talk to, obviously you all want the state championship.
Of course.
So that would be a perfect way to cap your senior year. But so far, what's been your favorite memory that you've made being a part of this football team?
Just spending time with my brothers, going to war with them after every game. I like that.
What do you do when you're not on the field, not in practice, not doing homework? What do you like to do?
I like to play video games.
Like to play video
Yes,
games.
ma'am.
Okay. Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Xbox.
Sure.
Xbox guy.
And I work.
You work. Where do you work at?
I work at Walmart.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of you all actually work on the weekends when you can, I
Just
guess.
weekends,
Because that's why it's always hard to get you all in here. What is your favorite subject right now?
English.
English.
Yeah, I like English.
What's your least favorite, or what do you struggle with the most?
Math.
Math.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of guys struggle with math. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
In case you don't feel alone.
Yeah.
So tell me, after high school, what are your plans?
I plan on going to college. I want to go in like construction worker, construction manager, something like that.
Do you want to? Are your intentions to try and go to a college where you can also play football, or are you
That's
ready
the
to put
goal.
that behind? Okay,
That's the goal.
that's the goal.
Yeah.
All right. So after college, let's say 10 years down the line, where do you see yourself?
Raising my family, trying to start a family, start my career. That's about it.
You want to stay in Lexington, or are you open to
I
planting
think
your
I
roots somewhere
want
else?
to stay in
You
Lexington.
want to come back to Lexington and
Yeah.
make sure that's
Yeah.
that's cool. Something you're familiar with, obviously.
Yeah.
Good little place too. What do you think? What makes this team? You know, you've all of course been a part of a very successful football
Mm-hmm.
team. What do you think makes this team so successful and so strong?
Our coaching staff.
Yeah.
I think we got some pretty good coaches, and it's like we got a different type of relationship like outside of football, like just like besides like out on the field. It's just good.
Kind of hang out even when you're
Yes-
not on
yes,
the field,
ma'am.
so you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
that brotherly bond.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Good deal. What do you think so far of your record of how you all have done this season?
6-1. I mean, we really wanted to beat Trinity, but I mean, it happens. We learn from our mistakes.
Go ahead.
We should have been 7-0.
Well, that's our.
Yeah, I mean, but we're working on it though. We're fixing our mistakes.
And one of those mistakes that we've talked with Coach Shaw, through the episodes this year, is your all's ability to come out of the gate and start, because
Yeah.
that's been a struggle. Is starting off the first, even the second quarter, just starting out slow, kind of being flat. Do you think you all are getting there?
We're trying to start practice 100%, because like during the game we just come out slow and that's how we practice. But we're trying to fix it.
Trying to fix it. Obviously, we're down to 3 games left of the regular
Yes, ma'am.
season. I mean, is it getting surreal now that at least the high school aspect of football is almost over? I mean, what
Yeah.
are your thoughts on that?
It's shocking just to know that I'm a senior. I have 3 more games left in playoffs, and then after that, I mean, it's just
New chapter.
yeah.
Got to
yeah.
start something new.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dylan, we appreciate you coming in and
Appreciate
talking with
it.
us. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We'll be back with another senior.
You're watching Generally Speaking, brought to you by Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, Dave Redden Photography, and Fayette County Schoolsports.com. Welcome to some great new sponsors: Everybody's Auto Sales and NR Incorporated.
Next up in the hot seat is Jerron Givens. Jerron, thanks for coming in and joining us today.
Thank you.
We're going to keep it simple,
Yes, ma'am.
just like we have every senior come in and do.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us your position, your role in the football team.
My position is D-line. I try to contain outside, try to get to the quarterback if I can. If not, it's fine. But also, other than that, I'm try to be a leader with this team. Trying to, have fun, goof around at the same time with them. But at the end of the day, being a leader is what I can do.
As your high school career kind of wraps up, I asked this question just a second ago. What do you think has made this team so successful?
I think it's the chemistry that we have amongst ourselves, not only with us players but us coaches, and we try to make things fun. We know when it's time to work hard, but at times we do know we can joke around and stuff like that. But when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work.
Get the job done. Y'all have proven that. What's been your favorite memory so far that you've made on the field? Getting specific now.
Yeah, you are. I think I really don't have one on the field, but if I were to say as a group, state last year, that whole way in hotel rooms, also, going that run on the field, state championship, it was kind of, very great, but, that's what I was,
Yeah. What is, outside of football, what do you like to do?
Outside of football, I kind of like to hang around with my brothers because there are a lot of characters like Dede, Jed, Walk. It's kind of fun to be around them 24/7.
I love how you all refer to them, though, as your brothers, because that's, everybody kind of says that they're my brothers, so that I think that reflects, part of your all success, too, is because there really is that bond there.
Right.
What is your favorite class right now?
Favorite class? It's college prep math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Math guy.
It's pretty. No, I'm not a math guy. It's just that that class helps me out because I suck at math.
Okay, so
And-
in kind of reverse. You're like going
Yeah.
ahead and saying, give it to me, show me what I'm
Right,
going to have.
Right.
What is your least favorite subject, or what do you struggle with the most?
Struggle with the most. English.
English.
Yes. I hate English.
It's all right. What is, your plans after graduation?
I plan on going to college. Trying to major in business. Trying to start my own business. I also like to be a coach, so if that can help, going to college and being one. So yeah.
Are you hoping to continue your football career in college, or is that something you're saying, okay, I'm going to...
Yeah, after this year,
Pads are up.
It's up.
Okay.
It's done.
So 10 years from now, you'll be 27, 28?
That's it.
Okay. Where do you see yourself?
Ooh, hopefully, maybe coaching one day, maybe at the time. I hope I am, at least. If not, hopefully I got my own business going or trying to develop one. So.
Are you wanting to come back to the Central Kentucky area, or are you thinking that, hey, I want to go out and explore,
I
see
want
what...
to explore, go out in the new world, try to meet new people as much as I can. Cause
Yeah. Do
it'll
it.
help out a lot, I
Yeah,
guess.
do it while you can. Do it while you can. As your high school career wraps, again, 3 games left on the regular season. We hope playoffs will extend that season. What are your thoughts? Is it kind of bittersweet? Are you sad
it's all
as
sad.
someone who's going to be hanging up the pads and?
Yeah, it's so sad. We were talking about it actually the other day, how we got 3 games left, senior nights in 3 weeks, and playoffs is around the corner. So it's sad, very sad.
What is? I guess we might know the answer to this. What do you hope? How do you hope this season ends?
Oh, state championship. Hope we all got our rings. Happy for the longest, and hope we got with a bang.
Be a perfect cap for you, wouldn't it?
It's real.
All right. Nice meeting you, Jerron.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining
Thank
us. We'll be right back.
You're watching Generally Speaking, brought to you by Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, Dave Redden Photography, and Fayette County Schoolsports.com. Welcome to some great new sponsors: Everybody's Auto Sales and NR Incorporated.
Our last interview for this episode is with Scott Gum. Scott, nice to have you in.
Thank you for having me.
And Scott is our blast from the past this week. So talk to us a little bit about when you played. We've got another early 80s guy in with us now.
Yes, graduated in '83.
Okay.
It's, a lot like you've had on. Tony Vinegar that was on, Jimbo McKinley, we all played together. It's just nothing like Friday Night Lights. I helped coach some at Dunbar for, the early 2008, 9, and 10 there when my kids were there. And that's basically what I was preaching to those kids, is to enjoy this, because there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. If you go on to college, you play college, it's a business
Right.
at that point. So enjoy it. And we just had a lot of fun.
Well, and that's why we do this, as well as to teach these kids, there might be a select few that go on to the next level and then maybe even make it to the NFL. But for most of us, there will be life after football.
Right.
And so you guys are great coming in to talk about that, and great examples of that. So talk a little bit about your personal high school football experience.
Memories?
Sure.
Well, I can give you a memory from every year. Now when I was here, your freshman year, you were still in middle school, 9th grade middle school. So my sophomore year was, I guess, one of them first pep rally we had. Coach Pointer introduced all the players and the positions, and I'm sitting up there with all my teammates, and we're just cutting up. He calls my name for the defensive tackle. I was a second string defensive tackle, but I wasn't expecting that, so that kind of shocked me. My junior year, we played Bowling Green here. Into a double overtime. We beat them, and they had Cisco Bryan on the team, who I later played with at Kentucky. We beat them here, and it was a great game, good experience.
And I guess my senior year, good old Mark Korb, our junior center, kept getting thrown out of games. So I had to go both ways all the time. So that's my senior memories.
Played different positions then.
Right.
So now, after high school, you kind of referenced what did you do after high school?
Well, I walked on at UK. And again, you do have to make the grades to continue to play. So that didn't go too well for me. So I had to move on and join the working force.
What do you do now?
Right now, I'm a car salesman. I sell cars. And funny thing is, it's Spirit Chevrolet in Harrodsburg. Our general sales manager is Ken Cusick. He played here. He went to Lafayette. His dad owns a dealership. So,
Wow.
like I said, those Friday night lights, those, the friends you make on those Friday nights, they go further. They go further in life for you. I feel like. I mean, I could be wrong. But, I'm down there working with him because we've been friends since high school.
And now,
Yeah.
kind of working together. Do you still get to follow Lafayette? Is this something that you have kind of kept up with through the years?
A good friend of my son, even though my son played at Dunbar, but Tobias Hughley, look at him now. He's got 4 rings from Louisville, and they're having a great year this year.
Right.
Landon Young, Randall played, he graduated in '83 with me. So, I've kept up with Landon. And Kent Franklin, he graduated with Tobias, and Jeremy Smith and Zane Ramey, a bunch of those kids, they're all over at the house all the time. So it's I'm kind of wishing I'd stayed in Lafayette District when my kids went to school, but that's water under the bridge. So.
And coming back now and just looking at, one thing, you went into the weight room. That's what everybody seems to come in and do. They want to go, they look at that weight room. A lot's different, but a lot, I guess, has progressed in the right direction.
Right. The equipment is newer, much newer, But they tore that out my senior years when they moved the weight room into here. I got in there, they had lockers in there. I was in there my junior year, and then they tore them out and moved the weights in there that was under the stadium.
And, as you mentioned, your kids went to Dunbar, but do you still get to come to some of the games occasionally? Have you got to catch any of the games this season?
Not this season. I'm coming to the Tates Creek game.
Okay.
Because, Lafayette Tates Creek has always been a rivalry, so that's the one. Plus, I want it cold. Friday night lights to me is when it's 45, 50 degrees,
Right.
not 90.
And we might be getting there.
Right,
finally.
right.
Well, Scott, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming in and talking with us, and just good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
You're watching Generally Speaking, brought to you by Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, Dave Redden Photography, and Fayette County Schoolsports.com. Welcome to some great new sponsors: Everybody's Auto Sales and NR Incorporated.
Now let's take a look at your local scoreboard. We have a shorter list this week as many of our local teams had their bye week. As we all know, Lafayette defeats Bryan Station 65-55. Pulaski County on top of Henry Clay 40-21. Nicholas County hounding a big loss to Berea 59-8. East Jessamine inches past Mercer County 30-27. The other Jessamine County team, West Jessamine, hands Marion County a big loss 57-21. Ryle 38, George Rogers Clark, who Lafayette will play this week, 6. Bourbon County 24, and Mason County 13. So the Generals keep marching. This time they will head to Clark County to take on George Rogers Clark, then be back home for their last 2 games of the regular season. First up, they will have Madison Central for the homecoming game, and then senior night is against Tates Creek. We are deep into district play, so get out and support your boys. They need it now more than ever. A special thanks to our sponsors, Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, NR Incorporated, and Everybody's Auto Sales. This has been Generally Speaking. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Generally Speaking, brought to you by Mingy Beef Jerky, SDG Blue, Dave Redden Photography, and Fayette County Schoolsports.com. Welcome to some great new sponsors. Everybody's Auto Sales and NR Incorporated. Thanks for watching, Generally Speaking.